Hello, and today I'm going to be doing the end of year book tag. This is a tag that I've seen all over BookTube, and I last minute decided that I was going to do the tag as well. And I have not looked at the questions yet. I know I've seen videos in the past, but I don't remember any of the questions. And yeah, so let's just get into it. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And the answer to that is yes. I am on a 12 and 3 schedule with my college. And for my 3 class, I am taking Introduction to Film Analysis. And this is my textbook, An Introduction to Film Analysis, by Michael Ryan and Melissa Lanos. This is basically what you would imagine, just all these different information about how to do screen analysis and movie analysis. And I actually find this stuff really interesting. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about film analysis and people analyzing different films, but I've never done it myself or read anything on the subject, and there's no specific class that I had to take for this 3 weeks, so I decided to take this class because it sounded interesting to me. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I guess the closest that I can think of that's on my TBR for this month is Sadie by Courtney Sumner, a girl named Sadie who disappears, and her sister is trying to find her, and it's told through a podcast, or at least partly through a podcast, and so I'm going to be listening to the audiobook of this. The next question is there any new releases you're still waiting for? No, there is not. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? First Christmas book is Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe by Melissa de la Cruz. This is a Pride and Prejudice retelling set in Christmas. I don't remember why I got this. I think it was $1 or something. And I have read some Melissa de la Cruz that I have really liked before. I also read Melissa de la Cruz that I have really not liked. So I'm excited to see where this falls. But I think it will be a perfect book for the winter Christmas season. And the other Christmas book is Christmas Cake Murder by Joanne Fluke. I got this 2 years ago and still haven't read it. But this is a cozy mystery, and it's around Christmas time. And what's really cool about this book is that there are Christmas recipes. The New Year's Eve book I want to read is The Chaos of Standing Still. And I don't really know a lot about this one anymore, but I do know that it takes place in 24 hours at an airport, and I think one of the main characters loses her phone, and so the 2 main characters swap phones, and the girl has a message on her phone from her best friend before she died. So I am very excited to read this because I feel like it's going to be a very touching story, a very sad story, but I also feel like it's going to be really, really good. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I read a book yesterday that I was highly anticipating. I was expecting to love it, and I did. So I'm going to slightly cheat and talk about this book because it was magnificent. It's The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse This is a children's book that I saw Murphy Napier read, and ever since she read it, she said like she cried during it and everything, and I'm always looking for books that will make me cry. So I read this, and obviously because it's a children's story, I read it in one sitting, and yes, I did in fact cry. It's so beautiful. The illustrations are so simple, and a lot of them look like they've been like colored on. Trying to find an example. I mean, there are some different like complexities to the art, like different things, but like some of them look like they've just like colored on, like this one. Looks like it's been colored on by a child, and I really love this book. It is really profound. It has a lot of things that like as human beings we all feel, and just talking about like the importance of friendship and like how you belong and how you are important even if you don't feel like you are. So yes, this book. So there is one more question. Have you already started making reading plans for 2021? No. I am just going to keep on doing what I've been doing with my jar picks and everything like that. As for my TBR, I've already put some books on my TBR. And there is going to be a new Buzzwordathon, which is Book and Lala's readathon, and it's going to happen once a month from the 1st of the month to the 7th of the month. And basically, I'm going to be participating in as many of those as possible because that is my favorite readathon, and just basically where you read a book with a specific word in the title. I will be participating in that. And I know that there's some rereads I want to reread in January. But other than that, I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing with the jar picks. Maybe I'll implement some new prompts in my jar. But other than that, it's just going to be the same as I've been doing. So, yeah. So that's everything. That was the end of the year book tag. So thank you for watching.